Hello there and welcome to today's video. The topic for today, are you killing them softly? Are you killing them softly? Yep, this is the Roberta Flack song. I've taken a little bit of liberty here, right? Roberta Flack, 1996, I think, 20 odd years ago, 22 years ago. I mean, the bottom line of that song was that, I mean, remember, and I'm not going to sing this, I don't want to scare you, but remember, strumming my pain with his fingers, singing my life with his words, etc., etc. And the part that got me about that song, apart from the beautiful melody, was the fact I felt he'd found my letters and read each one out loud, okay? I felt he'd found my letters and read each one out loud. In other words, he really knew. He really understood me. He made me feel like, he knew me inside out. This is the perfect way of building rapport, but this is also something you've got to be careful of, because you could be killing them softly if you do it all the wrong darn way. This is my message for today, okay? Because I can tell you we have an instinct. We want to help. We all want to help people, right? I mean, it's bottom line for us. But there's a time and place to give the help. And if you get it wrong, if you truly get it wrong, you can stuff things up. You can really, truly kill them softly, okay? My name is Peter Beckenham, the village marketer. And as always, talking to you from my little Thai village way up near the Cambodian border. Here are 3 things that you could be doing inadvertently, that could be singing in the brain, that could be killing your sales processes, right? The first one is not establishing real rapport at the beginning of the call and keeping it throughout the call, okay? This is pretty important. I mean, for example, when you walk into a car showroom, or I can recall once going into a timeshare sales area, right? Or going into an electrical store, anywhere where there are people who are paid commission to move whatever they're moving, all right? And by the way, I have nothing against being paid commission, nothing at all. I'm just giving you examples of this. Have you ever been in those certain circumstances and you feel like they really couldn't give a damn about you except getting your money? Have you ever felt that? Because I have, right? I mean, and then when you do, you know as well as I do, you can come up with some of the greatest stories. They're automatic. In fact, you might not be telling you this, but you lie. You actually lie to the salesperson, right? You do. You might be the most honorable person in the world, but these things come out of your mouth before you think about it. I mean, things like, oh, no, don't, it's okay, I'm just looking, thanks. Or another one, look, I need to talk to my husband about that. Or I need to talk to my wife about that. Or, hey, wow, this looks really great. Look, I'll be back first thing in the morning, okay? Or what's another one? Oh yeah, look, this looks really good, really good. Look, I just got a couple of other things to compare, and then I'll check back with you. Is that all right? Or, I mean, sounds awesome, but I need to move some money around first, okay? All these sort of things you come out with, right? Or something like, I'll be back first thing in the morning for sure, and I want to bring my brother and my wife, my grandfather, whatever it is, so we can check out how good your offer is, whatever it is, right? All these things that you are saying are BS, right? They really are. And it's because there's no rapport. There's no rapport between you and the other person. If there was, you wouldn't be talking this sort of rubbish, right? And they deserve what you give them. I'm telling you that. But they didn't earn the rapport, okay? And by the way, if there's no rapport between you and your prospective customer, then there's going to be no truth. You're going to get all that BS. And if there's no truth, then they're not going to listen to your advice. And if they're not going to listen to your advice, then guess what? You haven't got a sale. Killing me softly with you, right? That's what it's all about. Okay, Peter, come on. Number 2, so the first one, no rapport. You've got no rapport, there you go. You're dead in the water. And you've got to keep it. You've got to keep the rapport. By the way, before I forget this, keep the rapport, especially when you're doing the presentation part. This is where it's really easy to lose rapport, because you get carried away with your presentation, right? And you're chat, okay? And no one can get a word in. And when they can't get a word in, you're losing rapport, all right? 60 seconds max. I know some of you heard me say this before. Talk for 60 seconds and then and get them in the conversation, even in your presentation. Just checking the comments to make sure I'm not going to sing. No. Okay, number 2, a second way that you can kill them softly and quickly is, how would you say this, winging it. In other words, you don't have a sales structure at all. You just wing it. Sure, it's coming from the heart and you're telling the truth and you care for them. You're doing everything right. You've got all the integrity and you're honest as the day is long, all those things, but you wing it. There's no structure in what you're saying, okay? And if there's no structure in what you're saying, I will guarantee you it's not going to work. It's not going to work. I mean, for example, it's like, how would you say this? You've got to have a sequence to make it happen. If you don't know what the sequence is, talk to me, because you need to have a sequence for every sales conversation you have, right? And stick to the sequence. You don't have to be scripted, but stick to the sequence. For example, okay, you need to identify first, after you've said hello and built a little bit of introduction, you need to identify what their biggest desires are, where they want to go, right? Then secondly, you want to know where they are right now and what's stopping them from getting where they want to go. And then what is the difference? What's the gap, right? And then why is that gap so important to, et cetera, right? This is the sequence you have. And do not get them out of order. I've heard some people training this sequence in a different order where they say you must identify where they are right now. Get their challenges out on the table. Find out what's really holding them back. Do all the negative stuff first. I can tell you that could work, but it's a far better way to find out what excites them first, because they don't know who you are. And they won't open up to you with all their negative things, right, until they have a little bit more trust and rapport with you. So get them excited about where they want to be before you start talking about the problems they've got right now, okay? I mean, it's a bit like, if you get them all out of order, right, it's a bit like cooking a cake, or, cooking a pie. One of my favourite pies, okay, story time, be quick. One of my favourite pies is a chicken and vegetable pie. And I can cook them. I've actually cooked them myself, you know? But you need to have them in the right order. Now, this is going to be a stupid example, but I'm going to share it with you anyway. You need to put them in the right order. In other words, you've got to identify what sort of pie you want. So in my case, of chicken and vegetable. Then you need to preheat the oven, right? Then you need to have the ingredients ready. You need to have the chicken and chicken cut up. You need to have the veggies and the veggies cut up. Maybe the gravy. You want to put I love gravy, right? Put the gravy in as well, okay? And then you mix up all the veggies and you put them with the pastry, right? And you put the pastry in the things in the oven and you cook it, okay? Now, if you get it out of sequence, for example, if you cook the pie but you forget to put the veggies in, right? And you take the pie out of the oven when it's cooked and you stick the veggies on top and you put it back in again, is it going to be much of a pie? I don't think so, right? You've just, I nearly said a naughty word, you just mucked up your whole sequence of baking your pie, right? It's not going to work. The same thing happens with this sales sequence, right? You need to have a sequence in order. And I can tell you one of the killers and one of the key things is to make sure you never talk about whatever your offer is or your solution or your business opportunity, whatever it is. Never talk about that until you identify what they are all about, what their need is. It is so easy. It is so easy to establish rapport up front, right? And you get carried away with that and all of a sudden, bang, you start telling them about, this is what I've got. You're so excited you want to share it, right? That's not the way to do it. All of a sudden, you're selling them, even though you don't think you are selling them what you're on about, and you don't even know what they need. Is that out of sequence? Absolutely. Absolutely out of sequence. So that's the second thing. Killing them softly by getting things out of order, right? Number 3, and this is the one that many people fail, and they are doing it because they want to help. They really want to help people, and that is they start solving their problem right then and there, right? In other words, they've identified what their challenges are, right? You know what they are. You've double-checked and you've clarified that this is what their challenges are, okay? But you haven't gone any further than that. You know what one of their challenges are, and you say, look, I can fix that for you now, really. And you're enthusiastic because you want to help. Look, have you tried this, X, Y, and Z? Maybe you should do this. And I mean, I help other people and we've done this and we've done this and this, and it works. It is really good. Okay? Guess what happens then? You provided a band-aid solution at best. Secondly, and more important than that, this may not be their biggest issue. You only found the first issue and you tried to solve it because you're a do-gooder, right? That's not the way to do it. Thirdly, guess what's going to happen then? The prospect's thinking, oh, this is good. I got it for free, right? Well, and they shut off. They don't want to talk to you anymore because they want to get out of there. Why? Simply because as far as they're concerned, they want to try out what you've given them. And then all of a sudden, if you start to push a bit more, they think, oh, this is a bit of a sales call. He's not trying to help me. He's trying to sell me something now, right? Be careful. That's what's going to happen if you try to solve their problem without knowing whether it's a real problem, solve their problem at the wrong time, and give them information rather than invite them to identify all their issues and for you to say a simple word, something like this. Would you like me to share with you some suggestions to solve some of the problems you shared with me? Okay? That's all you need to say. That's the sale. That's the sale. No more harder than that. And in the meantime, make sure you're a good person. You help people, but don't help at the wrong time in the wrong place. That's my message to you today. If you're interested, I've got a Facebook group called Your Next Level. If you want to look at yourself and how you can get yourself to the next level and your business to the next level, come and check me out, answer the questions there, and come and join my tribe. You'll enjoy them. They're a lovely group of people. There's all sorts of people in there with all sorts of talents. Okay, that's it for today. All the best. Talk to you soon. Bye for now.